Brazil, Egypt, South Africa, UAE. These are the top four demographics that you want to pay attention to if you're going to invest in BRICS in 2025 and beyond. And we know you're already interested because we can look at our analytics and see that you want to know how to invest in BRICS from America. But here's the thing, you're going to have to travel to Africa or the Middle East or Brazil to actually get into the market. But in this video, we're going to break down the exact business opportunities and investment opportunities as it relates to being a digital nomad in one of the BRICS economies.
As you guys know, BRICS is becoming one of the superpowers of the world, with country after country wanting to join. Here is a good statistic for you. 31% of the global GDP of 2024 came from BRICS nations. So you have to think about that. 31%. That is pretty much a third of the world's GDP that is going in and out of these nations. So you have to really think about what is coming in the next 5 years. Um, BRICS is really moving at a speed that people will not be able to keep up with unless they are in a position, unless they are in one of these nations, countries, and really learning how to benefit and leverage the currency that the nation holds. So, we suggest that you will come to these countries and be part of the economic growth. So, you have to think about the things to come.
So last Thursday, we just did a presentation at the Global Kingdom Investment Summit. We were talking about how you can live your global lifestyle, your kingdom lifestyle on a digital nomad visa. And while we were putting together the research for the presentation, y'all, this is going to blow your mind. It blowed the attendees' mind. There are 127 people who attended. Actually, I think it was closer to 200 because we had a few last minute registrations. But in 2020, there were 5 digital nomad visas in the world. The first one was Estonia, and another popular one is in Spain and Portugal. Okay. But it's 2024, y'all. Guess how many digital nomad visas are available across the world? 50 digital nomad visas. And when we looked at the data set in BRICS, we found that a lot of these BRICS countries actually have the digital nomad visas, like the United Arab Emirates, aka Dubai, aka Abu Dhabi. The beautiful, miraculous, immaculate infrastructure that exists in the Middle East gives you the freedom as the diaspora to come there if you make $5,000 a month, can prove that you're either on a W-2 or you have your business that actually has your legitimate either sole proprietorship or LLC bank statements and your website messaging, your core business strategy to show that you have a viable business, they will allow you into the country. This is similar to the country that we're in right now in Southeastern Africa. We are in a particular country that launched a digital nomad visa in 2022, and it is given, family. So you're going to need to have your health insurance paperwork, not your American health insurance, international health insurance. You're going to want to have your business logistics, meaning your EIN, your sole proprietorship, your LLC, your bank statements, your website, your core message and go to market strategy to submit to that development board. And then you're also going to need copies of all of your birth certificates and those type of things to get these types of visas. But there's another country that is in the southern part of Africa that also is a part of BRICS that is coming out with their digital nomad visa as well.
And that country is South Africa. I'm telling you guys, you know we are joining with us, and we come with the gems, we come with the information, so you guys can benefit from this information. Like literally, what my wife was just saying, it is very simple to get a digital nomad visa. All you have to prove is your monthly income, and you can really live your best life in Africa. We have been in this new country close to a year, and we've been living a peaceful life. It's just been awesome. It's been wonderful, and it makes me want everybody to get in a position that we are in where we don't have to worry about leaving the country every 90 days. You know, we have to deposit certain amounts of money um, into a bank account where it's a struggle to do that. And most of these countries that we are talking about, the infrastructure is similar to America, if not better. So you have to really think about what is a digital nomad visa, because we are sovereigns in this earth. We are pilgrims of the earth. So we have the power, we have the ability to travel around, and this just makes it so much easier. You have to know what the future holds for you, because I'm telling you, they are setting things up so you will be able to leverage your income and leverage your peace.
So, we need to talk about the business feasibility framework. This is important for you to know as you're looking at these BRICS countries to set up your business, to run your global business. You can actually set up your business in Dubai online without being there. You can do so in Mauritius and Seychelles. I believe you can do the same in South Africa. So, some of these countries that have proper infrastructure and love the digital nomad visas, they give you that ability to actually set things up before you land on the ground. Or if it's a visa free country for Americans like South Africa is, which is also a part of BRICS, you can go to South Africa visa free and see how you can get your digital nomad visa while you're in the country, if that's the route that you want to take. But when we talk about the business feasibility study framework, this comes from Black Educators Amplified, our bespoke 8-week accelerator, where we take you through market analysis, which is basically understanding your target market demographics in these countries. We always tell clients focus on 3 core countries. Don't try to focus on 5 to 10 countries at a time. Really focus, niche down, hone your efforts in on one specific market. Okay. Then we go through competitor analysis so you can find out what's going on in your industry. Okay. Next is your financial viability. Like, what is the estimated initial capital investment? What are the projected operational costs that you're going to have in your business? What's the expected break even timeline? If you have a consulting firm, which is what we really want clients to come in and focus on in Black Educators Amplified, if you have a consulting firm, then you're able to lower that cost of operational efficiency. You don't need to put down a huge amount of capital, but you do need to be online and have an online presence, meaning your website, your email marketing list, your social media sites. Those are like the 3 main ways to show that you have an online presence when you're submitting your business to these governments. Because the way that we get digital nomad visas in Africa and abroad, like if we wanted to go to Dubai or Abu Dhabi, we would submit our business framework, meaning our website, our social media, our marketing message, and our competitor analysis. All of these things that we cover inside of Black Educators Amplified. Okay. Lastly, you want to talk about operational feasibility. This is where a lot of people go wrong in Africa. I would dare to say it's the biggest mistake people make. If you're not somewhere that has a booming economy of global people like Ghana, like Kenya, like South Africa, and you're trying to run a local business on the ground, you're going to run into lots of issues. These could be corruption issues. These could be businesses going too slow issues. These could be I can't find my proper demographic and my proper market, versus if you would have structured that business in Dubai, spent some time in Dubai, then went south to Africa before you acquired those clients. Okay. And so these are the things that you need to think about on the ground. This is why you want to get into these BRICS markets like Brazil, like South Africa, okay, like China, so you can get into these markets and speak to some of the business professionals while you're in your home office. You don't need to literally hop on the plane, but you do need to be connected to a network that is going to give you the tangible logistics on an international stage that you're going to need to be successful. Now, we have 2 final countries that we're going to discuss that are a part of BRICS that have these digital nomad visas. One is Brazil and the other is Egypt.
Let's talk about Brazil. So the digital nomad visa for Brazil is valid for 1 year, is renewable, and all you have to do is make an income of 1,500 US dollars a month. So just think about that, family. Like $1,500. What is that a week? That's $400 a week. So I'm pretty sure most of our people can make that in a week. And it comes down to, even if you have a bad week, you can still make that in a month, but you have to prove that every month for the last 3 months. So by submitting your bank statements for the past 3 months or your tax statement for the past year, some benefits of Brazil, it's a low cost of living. Like you really don't have to stress about, having high bills, having high rent. It's literally maybe 50 to 60% lower than the States. And is the blackest country outside of Africa. Just think about that. So check out Brazil. Last one is Egypt. So this kind of benefits people that's in Africa and that wants to travel to a new country. So just say if you don't want to go all the way back to the States, you can be able to save up some money and just go to Egypt. Egypt is tech friendly and it has a low startup cost of business. So if you wanted to start a business to keep your head down, really to just stack up your money, it's tech friendly. So you will be able to keep up with the online world, with the tech world, and benefit from the community around you because there is a lot of expats in Egypt, and I can see why. Because it's a very strategic location to be. Cost of living is pretty much similar to Tanzania, to Kenya, to South Africa. So you have to understand that even in Egypt is 60% lower than the States. These are the countries that would be ideal to look into and really do your research and pretty much invest in. And if you invest in yourself and you really put yourself in a position in these countries and make connections in these countries, I really believe that it will benefit you in the future.
So, this has been your introduction to the current BRICS member states that actually have digital nomad visas or visas and start up business residency programs that are similar to a digital nomad visa, that are also huge on the global frontier. Like my husband was talking about Egypt. If you're stationed in Egypt, you can get to Paris, you can get to Singapore, you can get to most places on earth fairly easily with a direct flight. If you're stationed in Brazil, you can get all over South America. Obviously, if you're stationed in South Africa, you can get to Ghana, you can get to Tanzania, you can get to Seychelles, you can get to a lot of different demographics. So these are the BRICS countries that you need to pay attention to in 2025 and beyond as you're looking at investing in a startup, starting your own startup, and becoming self efficient outside of the US dollar, because surely the US and Western countries are slowly starting to fall, but Africa and the Middle East and countries that are tied to them and want to help them are rising now. If you're like, how can I work with these two? How can we get in space together and actually create your business feasibility program for your own business to get into international markets? There's two ways. You can join State of the Diaspora. That happens January 12th at 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Eastern. Okay. It is a group VIP day workshop that you will be in with a group of 15 other clients. Just 15 people are allowed in the room. The link is in the description. But if you're like, I want to focus more so on what you were talking about with Black Educators Amplified, with structuring my online consulting business so that I can take it global. We were able to take our consulting business global within 2 years of opening it while we were still in Ohio. So we break all of that down inside of our 8-week accelerator that is on cohort number 5. No matter which one you choose, we are happy to see you in the room and to serve you in this capacity. Shalom, shalom. See you in the next video.